Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on the WITN First Alert Desk at 8 o'clock. Hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday. Happy hump day. We are almost towards the end of the week, getting there, and a good thing is that the weather is going to get nicer for the end of this week. Starting today, we'll be seeing that sunshine coming in later today. Still a few clouds out there, but Jim says the sunshine is going to come and it's going to stick around for the next few days into the weekend, which is really awesome for all of the fairs and festivals that are going on this weekend and all of the other kind of outdoor activities. I know last weekend it wasn't the nicest of conditions out there, so nice that we have this weekend to make up for it. Before we dive into the rest of Jim's forecast, including what's going on in the tropics and how Imelda and Umberto are impacting the coastline here in eastern North Carolina, we do have a story from Craven County talking about the cases of animal cruelty that the Sheriff's Office and Animal Protective Services have been seeing over the last year. They've seen quite an uptick over year, especially compared to last year, and now what they're looking at just now 10 months into this year. So we do have a story by Stephen Glover where he spoke with the Craven County Sheriff's Office as well as Animal Protective Services about these animal cruelty cases.
This little guy is Taz. Taz was brought in with broken ribs and bruised lungs back in August. He is one of many animal cruelty cases that Craven County has seen recently.
We're seeing a lot of skinny dogs right now, a lot of abandonment, a lot of that going on.
Craven County APS Director Amanda Schmidt says they've had around 5 cases of animal cruelty last year. But so far for this year, they've seen around 20 cases. 7 of those resulted in felony charges. Even pet boarding and grooming businesses have noticed the rise of animal cruelty.
We've had some dogs where they were beaten in doorways and can't go through doorways, so we kind of see that frequently with adopted animals.
It's not a t-shirt you can return. It's not a toy. It's an animal. It needs to be loved and cared for.
Schmitz points overpopulation as a cause, less spaying and neutering within the county, and the increasing cost of caring for pets. For investigator Dora Bullock, who recently transferred over to APS, she says she was overwhelmed with the amount of calls she received and says she's handling the cases as if she would with people.
I think they deserve just as loud of a voice as every other innocent victim that we have here in the county.
Schmidt says she's passionate about the work she does and won't stop protecting animals like Taz, who is now doing much better.
We hold everybody to a high standard in this county to take care of their animals.
All right, so I know that we've done quite a few reports of animal cruelty over the past year. I know that one of parts of my job are looking at some of our jail logs and warrants and everything. And when I do see those animal cruelty cases, you know, it hurts your heart reading through the kind of the pain, the malnourishment that these animals have to go through. So sad to see, but that there's been an uptick. But hopefully something can be done.
I used to volunteer with the Humane Society of Eastern Carolina for several years, and they are a cruelty investigation center as well. And when you see some of those animals and you realize the way some humans will treat animals, it's shocking.
Yeah.
It's absolutely shocking. Fortunately, it's very rare, but there are some people that have no business whatsoever being pet owners. Fortunately, they're few and far between, but it'll break your heart when you see those animals, no doubt.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's talk weather now.
Sure. Yep, we'll switch gears, head over to the weather computer. I'll give you some live looks out there this morning. Down on the coast, Morehead City Sanitary Restaurant, clouds still there. We should finally start breaking those up after lunchtime today. I'm not going to get them all out of here, but I think a nice clearing or partly cloudy by the time we get to 2, 3 o'clock tomorrow. We'll go generally sunny. Greenville is 66 under the cloud deck. New Bern 68. That air temp is not going to move very quickly. I think mid-70s will do it this afternoon. Washington showing a 66. And again, with that breeze blowing, it's almost long sleeve worthy. I think many of you will feel that need as you're out and about. I don't want to say cool, but maybe cool-ish between the clouds, the mid-60s, and the wind blowing. across here, that autumn-like feel to the air mass. 65 Goldsboro. Goldsboro, by the way, the Wayne County Fair, Agricultural Fair, will be opening at 4 o'clock today. The air temp in the mid-70s for the late afternoon time frame, and then into the evening. Very fair-esque, if you will, 60s with a few clouds around, but generally clearing clouds. Really good shape. Lenore County Fair going on as well. They'll open the gates at 5 p.m. this evening. And again, similar numbers, more clear skies than cloudy, 70s early into the 60s. That wind starts tapering after sunset. We'll be in good shape. All right, Melda and Umberto. Umberto getting wrapped up in a cold front. It looks like by tonight that thing will have lost its tropical identity as it gets absorbed in the front. And then Imelda gaining a little strength out there, well offshore of the East Coast. You can see that track on Imelda taking it right towards Bermuda tonight. Around midnight tonight, Hurricane Center puts that track very close to the island as a Category 2 hurricane. Winds right now are at 90, moving east at 21. You can see that track very close to the island there late tonight. That 100-mile-an-hour wind speed constitutes a Category 2 hurricane as it passes by the island. And then racing out to sea and weakening as we get towards late week into the weekend. By the time we get to Friday, it looks like we may finally be talking about no tropical systems for a little bit anyway. All right. And again, Umberto falling apart. Winds are at 80. Hurricane Center says after tonight, we're not going to be tracking this anymore. That's why they only put one more icon on there. It's getting wrapped up in that front. All right, winds blowing, you betcha. We're gusting 40 on the Outer Banks at times. Inland under 30, northeast, north-northeast wind. Same thing tonight, tomorrow. Starting to taper the winds down a little bit tomorrow. I think 20 to 30, a little 5 to 10 off those wind speeds. And then we'll come down another 5 to 10 on Friday. By the time we get to late Friday, I think we'll be getting relatively calm. Coastal flood warning will be up through Friday for the Outer Banks. Soundside, Carteret County, water levels 2 to 3 above normal. And then up the Pamlico River and the Neuse River, 1 to 2 on the water level rises at times. Those 10-foot waves with the overwash on the beaches. The beach erosion, and again, a couple of structures have already been lost out there on the coast. We may lose a few more through the day today. And of course, the rip currents. To me, when you have storms and surf like this, it goes without saying. Rip currents are dangerous. Clouds trying to break a bit again this afternoon. Windswept day, 20-25 on the winds. Here comes that 8-day, 76 to 72, back to 76. Windy to breezy today, tomorrow, and then everything kind of goes nice into the weekend. More sun than clouds. High gets back to near 80 each afternoon. Make your weekend plans. It's a beauty. Lows near 60. A little 10% chance. When you see 10%, your brain should be saying it's not going to rain. That's an isolated coastal little splash and dash, if at all. Wednesday of next week, next legitimate rain chance comes back with highs in the muggier low 80s by the middle of next week. Leading up to it, though, good stuff, Gigi.
Yeah.
We get the clouds out this afternoon, get the sunshine going again,
Great.
Start bringing those winds down tomorrow into Friday. Sets us up for a beautiful weekend.
Yeah, which is perfect for October as well. We're really feeling that the fall-like air. I know this morning when I walked at the door, it felt nice, it felt crisp out there, and it looks like that's going to be kind of the same thing each day for the next few.
10 degrees cooler tomorrow morning.
Wow.
So this morning we'll knock another 10 off that mid-50s tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning will be a legitimate long sleeve or light jacket morning. In fact, tomorrow morning, Friday morning, probably Saturday morning as well. Widespread 50s inland, less wind into the weekend. That wind tomorrow with a 55, still be blowing 10. It'll be cool. It'll be light jacket worthy tomorrow morning.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Jim, and thank you everyone for joining us this morning. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. We will see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.